The Philippines is an archipelago of over 7,100 islands. The country is bordered by the West Philippine Sea on one side and the Pacific Ocean on the east. Luzon, one of the three geographical landmass of the Philippines, is the home of one of the largest lakes in Southeast Asia, the Laguna de Bay. It has over 900 square kilometers of water surface area. With so much aquatic assets, the Philippines is well positioned to be a major center in fish production, utilizing the increasingly popular trend of aquaculture. The national fish of the Philippines is the bangus, or milkfish. It is the second largest species cultured in the country, next to seaweed. Because it is the top fish species being produced, the bangus is a major source of protein for Filipinos and is also exported to Filipino markets in US and the Middle East. The bangus is the fish of choice to be cultivated by the owners of the freshwater fish pens in Laguna Lake. A major advantage of Laguna de Bay is the availability of natural food for the bangus, which readily grows in the lake. This minimizes the need for commercial fish feed. However, aquaculture in such an open environment also has its problem. There are many factors that can affect the survivability and growth of the bangus. Water quality, temperature, pH level, and even currents can measurably affect their numbers.
The current problem being experienced in Laguna Lake is the fish kill brought by the overbloom of blue-green algae, yung microcystis. Potential of the use of solar panel to generate energy for aeration. Yes, we can promote once na yung cost benefit on the use of this solar panel is efficient. It can increase survival rate and also yung growth ng in shorter culture duration, mga 3 to 4 months culture.
The seasonal monsoon rains bring changes in the salinity or acidity of the lake waters, which in turn may directly influence the growth of an indigenous moss, which is the natural food of the bangus. The colder months from November to February, which bring winds cooled by air currents from Siberia, inhibit the survivability of bangus fingerlings, as well as their food availability, thus limiting the cultivation season to the warmer months. Because of the burgeoning growth of population in the lake, as well as the widespread proliferation of human settlements and factories, water quality is also a prime concern, with pollution and waste management as inhibiting factors to aquaculture production.
As we know and heard from the news, there are fish kills happening in some lakes, like Taal Lakes, Laguna Lakes.
Also, with overcrowded fish pens, pollution caused by overfeeding, and the low oxygen levels in the water become a major limitation on the sustainability of population levels in the fish pen throughout the cultivation period. In order to address these concerns, particularly on fish kill due to the lack of oxygen and water quality in the lake, a system that would generate the necessary aeration of the fish pens was required. Because of the lack of electric infrastructure in remote areas, particularly in the lake, a self-contained power system was also needed.
当社が作った太陽電池で作った電気で、ポンプを使って、エアレーションを送り込みます。
The Ukishima aquaculture aeration system, utilizing solar panel technology, was developed in Japan by its inventor, Mr. Kinoshita, to address the concerns of water quality and oxygenation for aquaculture environments.
そうですね、太陽電池の使用する可能性をもっと広げたいと。それも国内だけではなくて、世界にも持っていけるように、いろんな面で使用のされるその可能性をもっと広げていきたいというふうに思って、その一つとして、今回漁村の方々に、役に立つように、その現場で要は電気が作れるって大きないい特徴がありますので、それを活用してバブリングシステムを作ろうと思ったのが今回の、発明した目的です。
Experiments done in Japan in coordination with the Japan Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry, utilizing the Ukishima system, were promising. To research its adaptability as an Overseas Development Assistance or ODA project, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan consigned this experiment in Laguna de Bay to the PowerBankSystem, the company who invented the system, together with the Nomura Research Institute, a Japanese think tank organization. The project is under the auspices of JICA, or Japan International Cooperation Agency, while under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan. This experiment seeks to prove that the system can aid in the decrease of mortality rates through improvement of water quality by gathering pertinent data. It also looks into the capability of Filipino fisherfolk in managing and maintaining the system in actual field conditions.
太陽光をまず、800ワット、発電する能力で取り付けまして、でその発電した電気を、制御システムにおいて機械を動かせる電気に作り変えまして、それをエアレーションできるマイクロバブル発生装置に送りまして、それを稼働させてマイクロバブルを発生させております。
The aquaculture aeration system invented by Kinoshita is comprised of specially treated solar panels to resist corrosion and mounted on a flotation barge. The panels powered a micro bubble machine developed by Kumamoto University of Japan. It can generate micro-oxygenated air, which completely dissolves into the water. It proved to be able to keep the bangus fingerlings in healthy condition. The proposed site for the experiment was established on a 210 square meter fenced-off portion on a privately owned fish pen approximately 1 hectare in size. Located in the vicinity of the lakeshore town of Binangonan, Rizal, the project was presented to the mayor of Binangonan, the Honorable Boyet Inares, who expressed interest in its positive outcome for his constituents. Officials of the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources are also waiting in earnest to examine and interpret the results and data retrieved from the project. Normally, cultivation of bangus fingerlings is done during the warmer months because it has been traditionally noted that the cold weather during the months of November to February are not conducive for starting cultivation. Those who have tried to cultivate the fingerlings during these months have reported mortality rates that go as high as 90%. It is not economically feasible to start a cultivation cycle at this time. Indeed, the bangus cultivation cycle normally ends before the last quarter of the year in Laguna de Bay.
Sa month ng November, December na namamatay ang mga isda, 90% sa during the month of November, December. Lalo na yung January, February, yun ang pinakamalamig na panahon.
Despite the rather dim prospects due to the seasonal weather, the experiment with the Ukishima system pushed through in the cool month of December 2012. With the survival rate predicted to be low during the cold months, it would indeed be an extreme test of the viability of utilizing such a system to improve bangus production. We are now into the month of January 2013. The Ukishima system has been in operation continuously for over a month. The fingerlings were physically counted on a regular basis to determine their mortality rates. Initially, the mortality rate of the bangus fingerlings ran into the thousands, but tapered off as the days went by. What is noteworthy of the experiment is that the death rate of the fingerlings have stabilized at around 50% as of the month of January. As mentioned previously, the mortality rate during the cold months has been known to be as high as 90%. A survival rate of 50% is about a 500% increase from 10%. Such positive data is encouraging and requires more detailed analysis for a substantial conclusion.
So siguro ang kakailangan namin data rito is kung pwede pa ba na magamit na magkaroon ng mas mataas mong produksyon.
Maganda ito kasi cheaper na yung magiging expenses in terms of electricity na gagamitin sa oxygen, pagpoproduce na oxygen.
Because Laguna de Bay is a natural environment with many factors that are hard to control, it would take some time to analyze the data for conclusive results. the promising survival rates of the bangus fingerling already show many possibilities. The normal cycle of bangus cultivation is 6 to 10 months, sometimes even spanning a year. With the Ukishima system, it may be possible to create as much as 2 cultivation cycles in a year, because it may become feasible to cultivate bangus fingerlings economically even during the cold months. Aeration prevents siltation of sedimentation. It may also have applications in increasing the water quality levels. A higher yield and added cycles for bangus cultivation will have a direct impact on the low-income sectors of society, who are the primary stakeholders of this industry. Better profit margins and a more efficient industry will mean lower costs, better supply, and more affordable bangus prices for the consumers who are the end users. There are also ways to use the Ukishima solar panels other than increasing fish production. One of the issues that plague the aquaculture industry is pilferage. The Ukishima solar panels can become a power source, providing perimeter lighting as well as electricity to a guardhouse, improving visibility and presence. Because electrification in remote areas and emergency power for disaster areas are still at a premium, other implementations of these solar panels are only limited by the imagination. The Ukishima solar panel was invented by Kinoshita and is produced and marketed by the PowerBankSystem company of Japan. These solar panels have been used extensively throughout Japan, providing portable and efficient electricity in industries such as transport and aquaculture. The PBS company prioritizes research and development and continuously seeks out ways to improve the system through more efficient processes, materials, and even localization to lower the cost of ownership. The Ukishima system has the potential of making aquaculture a more efficient and cost-effective industry, which will benefit the environment, the country, and its people.